For early access to all episodes and the best punting experience in Australia with some of the best deals you can find, inbox me for details. What is up? Welcome to the locker room. I'm here with Joshy Hoffman. What's going on, brother?
Thanks, Dan. It's about time you had me on here. I've been waiting for your phone call. And
Bro, I flew up just for you.
Thank you. No, I'm pretty sure you said your missus came up here for a holiday.
Oh, bro, what are you talking about? I flew up for business purposes only.
Oh, nice.
Don't tell the tax man. The tax man's going to fuck me.
Can you swear?
Are you serious? Oh. Bro, you can say whatever you want.
Fuck yes. Can swear.
How you been, brother? Like the Titans, you boys have been killing it lately, and everyone kind of wrote you off. I wrote you off at the start of the season. I was like, surely not. Surely the Titans won't be a top, nearly 4. What are you, 6 at the moment?
Seventh. Yeah. Yeah. Well, the boys are going pretty well. We're going, pretty good at the moment, but good can only get you so far. We want to make sure we're consistent and stay in that top 8 position because that's, preferably where we want to be. But I think during pre-season, a lot of the boys were focusing on just, what we want to achieve, during the season and that. And we knew a lot of people were writing us off and knew that they were saying that, we weren't going to make the finals or weren't going to be in contention for the top 8. But, it is a bit of, it does take the monkey off the back when,
less pressure,
play some good footy and you allow yourself some chance in the top 8.
And now you got Pete, you got brother Ash to your right, to your left, you got yourself, you got a real good skeleton there of quality players, and you got Elgie can come back as well.
Yeah. Well, we got a good spine there. As I call it. Pete has been probably the best spine this year. He's been, one of our best players. Consistently working for the boys, turning up each week, and he can play a number of positions as well, which is good, and it allows Friendy to get on the field and play that hooker role and push PT at lock as well. So, he is pretty.
How tough is he? Fuck.
Oh mate, he is pretty tough, and he just his work ethic's amazing as well, and it's great to have someone there that just works hard for the boys and also Tyrone and Ash have been, playing some good footy this year as well, and have formed a great combination together. And Meady's come back as well from injury, which I thought he had one of his best games.
Yeah, Meady's playing mad.
Against who did we play? Dragons. I forgot about that.
You can talk, bro. It's all good. It's all good.
Playing against Dragons, and Meady, I thought he played one of his best games. It took a while for him to get out of the blocks. I think he was running in some quicksand towards the back there. I thought he could have showed a bit more pace, but his knee was a bit dodgy, so I guess the boys will just cut him a bit of slack for that. But it is, the boys are got a great combination going there, and everyone's a bit chirpy and got a hop in their step. But we've got another tough one up against Parramatta this weekend.
And so, how old are you, Ash? You're 19, 21, and Tyrone Roberts is what? He's like 26 or something.
24, yeah.
That's crazy, man. Yeah, 40-20.
He's 40-20, mate. He's got to let his hair go. He's so wispy. I don't know. Ash, you got to talk to him or something.
He's repping the halves combination, bro, with wispy hair.
Yeah, wear a head guard or something. Jeez. What's his name? Bloody McFadden. McFadden wore a headgear when he was losing his hair and everything.
You're 27 now?
28.
28.
Yeah.
So you're in your veteran years, bro.
Veteran years. I just had my 150th game.
Yeah, I know. I've seen that.
The body feels good.
Does it?
Amazing, yeah.
Man, I swear to God, when I'm 29 now, when I was 18 and I looked at 29-year-olds, I'd be like, man, I had it all sorted out. Those fully mature and shit. You're the furthest thing from mature.
For real?
Bro, reckon? Are you serious?
No, I think we were both parts. We both had that kid brain. We both thought the same thing, and I know we are a bit weird, but I think you take weird.
Hey, bro, I'm not weird. You're weird.
You take weird to another level. You definitely take it to another level. I swear to God. Every time you come to training, it's like, shit, we're going to have another one of these days. Kempy's got another story. This is going to be crazy. What's going to happen? What's going to come up next?
There's not a single story that was true.
I was rocks and diamonds. I'm either good or bad, and I come in. So.
Bro, that's the only reason I was there in the end. They was like, we don't want him to play footy, just tell shit stories.
Oh, mate, Addy just picked everyone up. Everything, just everyone's attitude just picked up another level. It's like everyone's down. During pre-season too, I remember when I'd be like, oh, fuck this, I don't want to fucking do pre-season, this is shit. And then Kempy would just come out of nowhere, come on boys, woo! Just pick the Addy up, it was amazing.
Oh man, I should come back to footy.
Yeah, just for that.
Just for the Addy. Can you get paid like a contract of Addy? Like, as in, we'll pay you X amount, and you got to bring this amount of Addy each week.
I think you can get paid in oranges.
Oranges.
Oranges. Or bring the oranges out to the boys. Like, that's good.
Yeah. It's like dressed up in like...
Boys, some oranges.
Let's go, guys. Let's go, guys. You're looking really fit today.
Yay. These shorts are really tight.
Right, that's you. I never did any of that
No
stuff.
way. Every time when I was doing squats, I had to look behind me just in case. It was weird. I'd get into it.
Oh, fuck. How you been anyway? How many years have you been in the Titans now? 2?
It's my second year now.
So
yeah.
2 years. Enjoying it?
Been good. Still living in Brizzy, commuting down to the coast.
Yeah.
First year
painful?
First year was pretty tough. Driving down, like just with everything that was going on with the Gold Coast Titans, just the distractions and that. My first year as well.
Yeah.
Coming to a new club, I didn't know what to expect. So I had some niggling injuries as well with my knee and ankle and stuff like that. So this year has been a fresh start for myself, and
Yeah.
the driving hasn't been too bad. I've got a bit of company as well. Ash comes down with me.
So you're living up in Brizzy too?
Yeah, so he comes down with me now and again. So
You just like go through
good
drive-through
chat.
together and talk about stuff?
he actually was sleeping this morning.
Oh, really?
The worst,
So you're his bitch?
the worst passenger ever.
You're the bitch.
I was like fondling his breast. He didn't know that I was doing it. He was still asleep. He was snoring. He was
do you
that
eat
tired.
ice cream and stuff together? Like,
Yeah, he feeds me like hot dogs while I'm eating sausage rolls or whatever. Yeah, it's,
show us how to eat those.
sausage.
Yeah, so after that first year, because that's when the Titans went to NRL ownership, hey? Or,
Yeah. It was. I think it was halfway through the year, they NRL decided to take over.
Was ever were you ever like, when you know, obviously you come from a club called like the Broncos and they're set and everything's, like professional wise, there's nothing better. And then you came to the Titans, and don't get me wrong, it's still professional, but they're getting taken over by the NRL. Were you ever like, oh, fuck, I don't know, like, was this a good decision? Like, obviously it turned out great for you playing good footy and you love the boys. But you know what I mean, that first 6 months?
Yeah, well, I felt, being at such a great club like the Broncos, they had everything there for you. They were so professional about everything, and with like down to the little things like the gears and stuff like that. Everything was
So
given
good,
to
man.
you, and you remember having like the amount of boots given to you and stuff like that. So
Like the best boots you could get.
like the best boots. I mean, like you go to Rebel Sport now and you go like they're like fucking $300.
You get the cheap version.
Yeah,
They're like the $70 Nikes.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Just
bro, they're the
You
same.
message mid-dog.
Yeah.
Mid-dog.
Yeah.
But like coming to the Titans has been a big change for myself, but it's been a good change, like in a way, if you sort of understand. Like it takes you back to the days like, playing park footy, our first year was in a demandable, like we're in a demandable, that was our locker room, coming to training and then training at TSS College.
Yep.
And didn't have anywhere really to train, and we used their gym as well, their facility. So it was just like, back in the day when you would rock up after like school or whatever, go training and then do weights or whatever.
So it's like that casual vibe kind of made it more enjoyable.
Just that laid back vibe.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just a laid back feel, and the boys have been really laid back as well. Like,
Yep.
I mean, even Ash as well would understand. Like, it's just been a welcoming club to come to. Like, everyone just has got a happy vibe about it. No banter, no mocking, or not as bad as the Bronx.
Oh, bro, it's so bad, man.
Mate, you'd understand the banter you'd get with the ridiculous haircuts you'd come in with.
Me?
Yeah.
You?
Your haircuts were bad.
Are you serious? My haircuts were
Haircuts,
mad.
You couldn't even wear new boots. New boots.
Oh, bro, you couldn't do anything.
Mate,
Living, you just walk in and go, you are, and you'd be like, fuck, man, I didn't do anything.
Yeah, I know, and that's when the Hoff would go boom straight in. I was like, what?
I'd get in the car park and I'd hear in my car, you are, and they'd all be all the way in the changing room. As soon as I opened the door.
It's like, shut the door again. Don't go.
Shit, hair.
Yeah.
I'd be like, man, I'm not even in here
Fuck
yet.
my life.
Wake up and like open the door to go leave my house and shit.
Go back in the house and shut the door. Get back to bed.
Yeah, but they put it like, there wasn't there a time when they kind of were like, guys, it needs to chill out a bit at the Bronx.
Yeah, it was. It got a bit hectic.
It was so hectic, man.
I mean, the worst would probably be would be Josh.
The big show loves banter.
Jugular straight to the throat, cut to the chase. Like, just would go straight.
Smashing
for
blokes.
Yeah, smash blokes straight to your throat. And he'd be the biggest prankster as well, as well as Gillo. Gillo would be the biggest prankster. But That's one thing I don't miss at a club is the banter.
Because you got to be on at all
mate.
times.
And I'm not quick like you. Like, I can't think on the top of my head, man.
Fuck off!
Yeah. What the fuck? That's all I got, man. Like, yeah,
fuck off, you idiot!
Yeah. You're a dickhead.
You're a bloody dickhead, mate.
I got him good. Yes.
So you came down to the Gold Coast, and the first year. So coming back into the preseason the next year, was it more like, okay, I'm settled now, ready to go? Had that year NRL. Is it any different with the NRL owning the club at all? Or is it pretty much the same?
Oh, it's pretty much the same. I think it's just the new crop of boys, like the players that we have now. Like obviously we had a big clean out last year, and then Neil's gone out and bought some different players as well.
Yep.
And they all bring different things to the club, which is a good thing. I mean, PT obviously he brings, being at South and Parry, he's got a lot of leadership and he's pretty smart with his footy and stuff like that. And Chris McQueen as well. We come from South, won a premiership, Origin player, like great experience, and and then you got young fellas who are coming through like Ignatius Parsi, Liverpool.
Got a few young forwards that are mad.
Young Islander forwards that really. Give it their all for the club and for the boys and that's a good thing about this club. Everyone's, putting in for each other. I think that's been the biggest change this year. Like, everyone just wants to put in for each other. And pre-season has probably been one of the toughest I've ever had. Like,
oh, really?
We did an army camp, like a boot camp.
Oh, fuck.
You know about that. You know about those boot camps. Like, we did one of those, and that just really brought the best out of everyone. Yep. Like, I mean, you start off in like 4 groups, and then obviously they break up into 2 groups, and then you come back as one big group.
Oh, okay.
And then that's when everyone starts to
bond and stuff.
Bring.
I'd rather the old-fashioned bonding.
Yeah,
a few bevies. Drink a beer.
In your undies.
Maybe fight each other. And then kiss.
Cock wrestle. Well, that's a bonding session, that is.
What sport were you playing, bro?
Soccer. You play soccer.
Bro, shut up. I'm fucking tough footy player, bro.
You're a fucking idiot.
Fuck off.
Remember that 2010, that army camp? Was it 2010?
Yeah, 2010. Oh. That we walked like 56 Ks in 2 days or something, and the only reason we got cut short is because the coaches were doing it. And
that's right, and Ivan had enough. Fuck this, no. And Benny Teo folded his clothes up and said, no, I'm not fucking doing this anymore.
Benny Teo was like going to me as we were walking with the jerry cans. He's like, fuck this, we don't have to do this. We don't have to be treated like this. We can get another club. We can leave. And I was like, bro, like, we just got to hang in there. And then he'd be like, man, this is bullshit. This has nothing to do with footy.
I remember we were walking in 2 lines, and I was with Gerald at the time, and I was holding the ammunition box, and Gerald was going to me whispering, he's like, Hoff, bruh, like, if you want to pull out, fuck, I'm with you. Like, I swear to God, bro, if you're going to go, like, I'm with you, bro, like, you're not on your own. And I was just, like, at the time, bro, it was doing my head in, I was fucking fatigued, and Gerald was whispering on my ear, like,
just begging you to pull out.
Like, mentally trying to break me, or, like, if he was actually saying, like, he had enough, but...
Yep.
Man, that was probably the lowest point in my life. Like, that camp break.
Bro, mate, you can try and explain how hard they are, eh? And you can, no words will ever describe how tough they are.
And the way they mindfuck you as well. Like, remember that the hill that we had to sleep on, and it was pouring rain.
Me and Reedy had to sleep in the rain.
Oh, mate, and I remember the funniest thing. Remember when they got us to dig a big trench? They got us to dig a trench. It was pouring down rain, so like we were trying to dig, but the fucking mud was still filling the hole back up, and it will go nowhere. And everyone was trying to set their hoochies up on this fucking steep hill, so we couldn't set this hoochie up. Everyone was digging holes. We were all muddy, we were wet, we were pissed off. Set our hoochies up. And I remember who was Hook with? Hook was with
between him and Ivan and Gigi or something like that.
No, I think he was with one of the boys.
Oh, the groups, yeah.
He was with one of the boys. I can't remember who he was with, but their tent, like they weren't, like, they were nowhere near close to setting their hoochie up.
Oh, yep.
And we had 2 hoochies set up and everything. And ours was good to go. We were like, all right, we got some room in here for him. And then Hook's like, yeah, I'm in. Left his group, come in our tent and our hoochie. And all the boys were like standing like, what the fuck, what are we going to do? And I'm pretty sure they just slept out in the rain.
They just had to cop it. And Hook was just like, yeah, sweet.
And then that morning, I think it was like 3 o'clock in the morning, the funniest thing like happened. I got up out of the hoochie. I went to go for a piss. Like, I was standing there. Fucking funniest thing, man. I was standing there pissing, and I heard Hook go, "Oh fuck!" And he slid all the way down the hill, all the way down to the bottom of the hill, bruh. And then I think he just like fell in this puddle, and then I could just see him. He was walking back up the hill, and he was like, "Oh fuck this! Oh fuck this! I don't want to fucking." And then I was just sitting there trying not to laugh. I was pissing. Jump back in the chair, just lay there, fucking crack up, man. I just seen him call me. I just go,
"Oh fuck!
Oh fuck!"
And Hook's deep voice.
Yeah.
"Oh fuck!"
That was the funniest thing, man.
Oh man, that was that was a saving grace for us as the coaches doing it and just watching them break. Because got to think of it from their perspective as well. They're not trying to make first grade,
and they're not. Their body's not built for
Yeah.
that. They can't do that shit.
They thought they could hang, and like probably half a day into it, you could just see the they were just like, "What the fuck have we got ourselves into?"
The worst thing was when you were doing like something like, or you're doing a tough activity. Was looking at Alfie or Hodgie. They were like in the bloody car, like just cruising.
Yeah, because Hodgie had an injury.
He had an injury.
Oh,
I think it was his kids or whatever. He couldn't do it. And I was just like, "Fuck this!" And he couldn't spray Hodgie. Like,
he's Hodgie.
He couldn't do it. He's like, "Oh, fuck off, cunt."
You're a bum.
Yeah,
I played for Australia.
That was probably like I look back now. That was like the funniest memories. Like,
oh, bro, yeah, 100%.
The stories you could tell, like people, like about how tough your preseason was.
Yeah,
like, is you can just always remember that.
Time. 100%. Especially like those army camps, like they put you in positions where you would never put yourself in that position ever in any certain, like you'd never, if you weren't playing footy, you'd never go, "Oh, I'm going to go to an army camp and put myself in the worst possible situation." But you look back on it now and you're like I'm glad I've done those camps. Cause
it's like an experience.
Oh man, so good.
Have again. But I remember when, I think it was the first night when the boys, we had to set our hoochies up and everyone was like getting ticks and that all over their face. I think Gags woke up in the morning with like a leech on his eyebrow and it was like sticking out like this. He had like 5 ticks on him.
Do you remember, so the news was there the second day, you probably don't remember, and like they were filming, interviewing someone and I was dancing in the background. You don't remember that? So they were filming and everyone was like full depresso and I think it was like, I think Gerard was in front of me and I was like dancing in front of him like being a fuckwit and he was like obviously laughing at me and the other boys were like, "Fuck off, Kempy," and I was like it's in the background and in the news feed you can see me past the shoulder going like this in front of Gerard.
That's what I mean, like when like you're friggin' like you're at your lowest point, you're down, like Kempy's always there to like build the addy up, like trying to get people to smile, but you can never put a smile on when you don't doing something like that.
So because it's a fine line, because if you're too rowdy, people are like, "Shut the fuck up, bro, like are you serious? We're all fully fucked here."
And then everyone's like thinking like, "Fuck, were you even fucked? Like, have you even done anything? Like, what are you doing?"
What are you doing?
I just got addy energy.
Yeah, I'm living on energy.
Living on addy.
You got addy bars and stuff, handing them out.
Addy G. Oh,
Addy G.
Yeah, like a new energy bar.
New shirt, bro.
Yeah,
should make
Addy jar.
Actually, I got an idea for a shirt. And actually, as NRL players, you tell me if this is a good idea. Because, like, you know, in America...
Is it a bum hole?
Yeah, it's a bum hole. You got me.
There
are bum holes in America.
There's a bum hole shirt. Have you seen it? It's getting around.
No, it's getting around. What? The people you're hanging around with?
No, I swear to God, you can actually buy it. It's online. It's above a bum hole. It's of a bum hole.
Well, this is actually a legit business like idea. Is so you know in America how they've got like it's cool to wear like mad basketball singlets and jerseys and shit of your team. I reckon it'd be mad to have like a caricature, so that's a cartoon of the like whoever player it is. Like say it's you, like something that you're known for. Like it just the cartoon is like it's just your head there, but then you have Hoffman on the back. And the colour of your club, so it might be, you know, Titans blue, and the face might be, you know, yellow or whatever, and it's like a caricature, like a cartoon. You know those cartoon faces? Yeah, and then you have Hoffman on the back, so it's like, but it's like a tall tee. It's like a mad, like cool shirt to wear. I reckon that'd be like so people can like actually go out to a nightclub or something with and mad kit shirt that they support in their team,
like of a cartoon,
like a caricature. It's like. Oh, it's hard to explain. I'll show you.
Like, so you're saying like someone to wear a mad kit?
So like
a cartoon shirt.
not a cartoon shirt. So like, see like that.
Oh yeah, that's hectic. Yeah,
like a mad,
Yeah, that's mad. Yeah,
like mad like that, but it's obviously you,
Yeah.
and it's you could put whatever thing you want in it to
Like-
make it like your character.
like gang size.
And then just like Hoffman on the back or something.
Apple, bananas. Let it rain down on me.
Or like Black Mamba or something like that, like whatever, like
Mamba.
and then maybe a signature on the bottom, like a bottom right, like to make it authentic.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be mad, and then like you just you say, look, he's 10%, 15%, 20% or X% of revenue. It's your official shirt. That's what I reckon. I reckon it'd be a mad idea. Anyway,
have you looked into it? Like, have you?
I've been thinking about it for a bit, but it's hard, like hitting blokes up and like they'll be like, because it's like this greasy salesman pitch, like hey bro, I got this idea. I'm going to sell shirts with your face on them, and you can get 10% of all the revenue. They'd be like, fuck, what are you talking about, you crazy cunt? So
I reckon it'll blow up. If you get some like if you just get some like hard copy or like do a shirt up or something.
Yeah, I reckon it'd be mad. Like you got a tall tee, you can wear it like out, and it's like a nice mad
It's got
tee.
like a big scoop neck.
Oh, you could do whatever you want.
Yeah,
you could do the Borat G-string. That could be your one. Hoppy Borat G-string.
I don't know.
Oh, rightio.
I don't wear G-strings.
It's far out. It's zero now. He's having a joke.
We're having a conversation.
So yourself, take us all the way back to when you started footy. Did you play? When did you first start playing footy from a really young age?
Yeah, I think I was 7 years old. I started off with. Actually, I started off with the junior Broncos. Like they had a team in Mackay. Like they were called the Broncos, and actually had the Broncos emblem, Broncos colours, and everything. So it was just coincidence that I ended up being at the Broncos.
Yep.
So actually, I was at a few clubs back in Mackay, so I was a bit of a club slut. Yeah.
Did you grow up with Gags as
Yeah,
well?
I grew up with Gags, so not far from him, just up the road.
Yeah. Did you play footy much together?
Oh, like
or against each other?
During our younger days, I think we did play. Like he played like I think he was like well and truly younger than me, and he stepped up to under sevens. Like he jumped age, come up to under sevens, and that's when I think it was our first game together. We played together.
Have you ever played him and touched him up?
Nah.
Has he ever touched you up?
Only the Newcastle game at the start of the year. That's probably the only.
What,
game
did you touch him up?
Yeah. I think I got him a couple of times. Yeah.
Was it easy, you reckon?
I don't know. I don't want to say too much because we got them like coming up. I think a lot coming up towards the end of the.
So it was easy then.
So he might. I don't know, mate. He's fucking Origin.
He's killing it, bro.
He's killing it.
He is killing it.
He's killing it. So I don't want to say too much because then, like, if I do touch him up, then I'm gonna say, "Fuck you, play Origin, and I'll fucking kill you." What are you doing?
Is there any banter on the field between you and Gags? Because you're cousins, eh?
There actually was.
Really?
There was a little bit of banter. I was whispering in his ear.
What'd you whisper?
Sweet nothings. No, I just told him. I said, "What would I say?" Yeah, I said. Actually, I did say that to him. I said, "Come on, bro. Like, what do you got? Like, fucking, I don't even play in the centres, and I'm carving yards."
Did you really say that to him?
He said that, yeah, and he had nothing, and he said, "Oh,
fuck off."
Yeah, fuck off. Fuck idiot. No,
and then he went and scored 3 tries in Origin.
Yeah, so I just sort of had the chimney. Fuck, he just stabbed me.
But yeah, so growing up, were you like? As a young kid, we always earmarked as a footy player, and that was your career path. You kind of had an idea that you wanted to be a sportsman, and that was where you were going to progress as a player, or was it slowly you just enjoyed footy and eventually got to a point where clubs were like, "You're actually all right," and you were like, "I might give this a crack."
Yeah, well, like coming out during school, like I wasn't really into footy. Sort of hung around with wrong crowd, like. Just fucking smoking and drinking and like just doing a heap of shit like back when you were younger.
Yep.
It wasn't only until like I got to year 12 and I was like, holy shit, like I'm gonna finish school and like what am I gonna do? I got nothing to show for. Like, I did a bit of labouring work here and there, but I wasn't doing an apprenticeship or anything like that. Didn't go to TAFE, so like I thought, oh fuck, well I'll go back to playing footy, sort of stick to what I know, and that's what I did. And I was fortunate enough to. I had a scholarship during school with the Cowboys, and then after school finished, there was nothing there. And then I had I got a letter in the mail from Redcliffe Dolphins to come down and trial out in their country carnival. So I went down to Redcliffe and trialed out, and then Redcliffe sort of like offered me a contract, and then I moved down in 07 and I lived there for about 2 years, I think it was.
Was the move tough from Mackay? Like, did you miss home?
It was like it was pretty tough because I pretty much, I only knew Mackay.
Yeah.
I've never sort of gone as far as Townsville or Rockhampton. So moving to Brisbane was like a big step. And then like leaving mum and then dad and like all my family, it was like, oh shit, I'm going to miss out on a lot, but I've got to do this if I want to, make a career, or like this is my only opportunity. So I moved down, and then I remember my first pre-season with Redcliffe. Dad come down to training that night, and they had all the grades training on the main field.
Yep.
And Gilly was there, Tony Guilfoyle was there.
Oh yeah, Gilly.
He was our strength and conditioning coach, and we had fitness out on the field. And I remember we were doing bloody 200s and 300s, and like just doing suicides. And fucking Dad was on the fence having a schooner, just sitting there laughing. And a couple of boys like that I'm still keeping contact, Philly Daisy and Mick Wilson and a few of the other lads, they were like next to me, and like I'd never done training like that ever. Like I didn't even expect that when I moved down to Redcliffe. And I remember I didn't do a shit. I didn't do a shit like before fucking training. And then after our 200, got back to the line, and then I was like, "Fuck!" I said to one of the boys, I said to Phil, I was like, "Bro, I gotta fucking do a shit." And then like, "Oh, you must hold it in because you'll make you shit yourself." Like, true God. And then I was like, "What?" So like it was, bro. I swear to God, I kid you not. Like the littlest turtle head was coming out. It was just like touching the tip of me undies, like tip of me jocks, bro. And like we had another 100 to go.
How were you running?
Oh, like really tight. Like, everything was compressed, and I was like, because I knew if I was like loosened up, it would have just came out. So after that, like after the 100, like we had one more 100 to go, and I was just like trying to squeeze everything in. So it was like the turtle head was coming out, but my cheeks were cutting it, like squashing it off. So like it formed a little pebble. Like the funniest thing, man. So we did the 100, and I quickly raced off the field, went to do a shit in the toilet, dropped me dax, and this little nugget just fell out of me pants. It was the funniest thing.
What were you, 17 then?
I was playing Colts. I think I was 18. I was 18, yeah, turning 19. But like that's just how like fucked up Tony Guilfoyle is. Like,
oh, bro, so intense.
Train you until you shit yourself.
Yeah.
And that's what happened. And that's not the first time that's ever happened in a preseason. There's plenty more shit. Like I've shit myself plenty of times in preseason. It's always preseason, but
oh my God, what did your dad say? Was he like, did you shit yourself?
I didn't tell Dad. He just asked me. He said, "Fuck, you ran off the field quick." And I said, "No, I just had to go fucking toilet." I didn't tell him I shit myself.
You were running really weird that last 100.
Yeah, I was just focusing on my technique, Dad. Like, leave me alone. Fuck, shit. Fuck,
literally,
idiot. Yeah.
Oh my God.
There's actually another shit story too. I got another one for you. There was that Bronx preseason training at Red Hill.
Yeah.
And I remember, I had gastro. Like, I had gastro, man. Gastro is the worst. Like, normally when you have gastro, they send you home, but the Bronx were like, nah, they didn't send me home. So
it would have been Gilly as well, wouldn't it?
Yeah, Gilly was there still as well. And I think Geordie will fucking probably remember this, Kahu. And we were doing MAS runs, and I think we're doing 16 MAS.
Yeah, like
runs.
75 metres repeat.
Yeah, it was rubbish. And then we did 2 blocks of that. So on the second block, like I could feel the shit was coming down, but it was like I had a lot of gas in that as well. So like I was farting, and there was just this one particular fart that happened to follow through. Like it just was a shart, like I felt it, and then like I looked at Jordan, I was like, "Fuck, I think I shit myself." And then he just looked at me, he's like, "Sick, are you serious?" So I reached down in my pants. I reached down, felt it, and I pulled it out, bro. Shit on my hands. I had shitty hands, and then Jordy looked at me and he almost threw up, bro. Like that was after our first block.
Oh, bro.
So I ran that second block with shitty hands. it was great.
Did you drink the water?
Nah.
Yeah, you did.
I didn't. I swear to God.
Oh my
Wash my
god,
hands.
bro.
Wash my
That's
hands.
so gross.
Well, what can you do when you got gastro? Just come.
I'm just going. I'm just getting off the field. Do you want to find me? You can find me.
Oh, fuck. It is. I mean, yeah. I'd rather just get through the pain. Just push through the pain barrier.
Oh my god, you were certainly pushing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, at what stage? So, when did you get picked up by the Bronx when you were 19? Did you make your debut when you were 19? I was there when you made your debut.
2008. I think.
So it would have been the next year.
Yeah, the next year where I was our first year, 20s.
So you went year 12.
Year 12.
You weren't sure whether you were going to play footy, and then you said, "Fuck it, I've got to have a gig."
I thought I was moved down to Redcliffe, and then Redcliffe gave me an opportunity, and then Anthony Griffin was there. He was coaching Cup, and then I played. I think it was 2 or 3 games with Queensland Cup, and then he went on to coach the NYC. So me, and a few other boys, Michael Spence, Matt Hancock, Tommy Butterfield. A few of us went over and played in the Broncos under-20 system. Okay. And so I was there 2008, and then made my debut against the Dragons, and then had a shocker against Penrith.
I got moved to fullback. I was on the wing.
Yeah, and I was at fullback.
You were at fullback, and you killed it against Dragons, and then you went out.
Yeah.
And you were like, it was only you and Tunza, wasn't it?
Yeah, went out. Me and Tunza went out. Oh, Nicky Emmett come out.
And I remember it was in Wollongong, and actually I remember that really well. Yeah. Anyway,
another story.
Yeah, I don't know. It's probably not appropriate. I think I went out that day too.
Was it that night?
Yeah, that night I went out to Glass House.
Oh yeah. Who was it? Someone took us. Ashton, I think it was Ashton, took us to some shit place, Mama Africa's, or some African board. It was crazy. He caught up with Sean Timmins and all the other Dragons boys. Yeah, they got loose.
Yeah, Timmins is loose. He's very loose. So and remember because you came back late, hey?
Yeah, I got back late and had a talk with.
And we were like this young fella just doesn't give a fuck. Like just had one game and he's going out getting loose and he comes back late on his first game.
That's what I do, black fella. Just,
and then so the next week you played Penrith.
Had a shocker.
And you're at fullback. And then, so Wayne was like, "Dad, get the fucking fullback." Hoffy, get on the fucking wing. But then they scored on the wing.
And then they scored on, I remember Jenko. Oh,
Jennings, that's Jennings first.
Jennings, like it was yesterday. I got hooked to the wing. And then Michael Jennings just bloody stood me up in and away. Got on my outside. He had too much speed. And then, I just remember Wayne coming up to me after the game. He's like, "Don't worry about it, mate. Everybody has their day." I was like, "Oh,
I didn't think I played that bad."
Yeah, I was like, "Great advice, thanks."
Did you get dropped the next week?
Actually, I went back to 20s. Yeah, so we made the grand final and then got done in extra time
by Raiders.
Oh no, it was done like the 9 second. Yeah, Raiders got us.
So when you did get when you did get caught, it's just so funny. You playing terrible at the back, and then you go to the wing, and they score on that wing, and I think it was a draw as well. We would have won it if they didn't score, but whatever. I don't remember that you lost the game for us.
I think I kicked the ball out on the full as well.
What are you doing kicking?
I think Big Sex threw the ball to me. Dave Taylor threw the ball to me, and I had a left foot, so it was my opposite, like my wrong side, and then I just shanked it, and it just went out on the full. I was just like, what am I doing? Like, what am I doing? I'm like first grade.
Everything is going wrong.
Why am I kicking the ball? Like,
we had Darren Lockyer. Carmichael Hunt would have still been playing.
Yeah,
like all these players that can kick. Oh, it was Origin.
No, it was during the Origin. That's why I was coming in there. Like, I wouldn't fucking be in there.
Oh my god, it's hilarious. So when you did make your debut, what was the phone call like, and how did it happen? Was it surprising, or was it like you slowly progressed into it?
It was like definitely surprising. I had the day off work. I was paving Red Pine pavers. I was doing concreting as well as like labouring. It was the worst job ever. Yep. So like I would start at 6 a.m, finish at 3. This was in Redcliffe, and then drive from Redcliffe to Red Hill. Start training like for 20s at 5:30, finish about 8, and then drive back home. I was just doing that like every day. So that was the worst. Like that was probably the worst year, like for my body and mentally as well. But I had the day off work, so I was like sitting at home, and then I got a phone call from Hook, And this was probably about 7 o'clock in the morning. Like, I was just sitting there watching tally, and then Hook rang me up. He's like, what time can you get into Red Hill? And I was like, oh, shit, do you want me in there now? He's like, yeah, Wayne wants you here now. And I said, oh, all right, then, boom. And it was just like that, just happened so fast.
Yeah.
Jumped in my car, got to Red Hill, and then as I got to the training, all the boys were already on the field. They were training, doing their thing. And then I remember just put my boots on quickly and then run down the field. And then Wayne's just said to me, just join in. Jumped in there and I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. Like, boys were running like fucking plays and everything.
I think it was still called a Nike back then. Were we still running Nike? Yeah, they were what we called Nikes and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, mate. It was just fucking Thornies doing...
Yeah,
Like, I don't know what was going on.
And that Broncos team was outrageous. Like, I don't know if they would have been training, but it was crazy.
Yeah, they had a gun team. And they had some like experienced players, like some players that I've bloody
Webke. Oh no, Webke retired. Petro.
Yeah. Petro was there. I think Petro was there. Benny Hannett was there. I think.
Yeah.
Was he at? He went to the Doggies 09, didn't he?
But there's like Brad Thorne, Tony Carroll, Carmichael Hunt, Justin Hodges,
that was
Darius
06,
Boyd.
weren't they?
No, they were all a part of it. 08.
Oh, 08.
Tunza.
Yeah. Well, and Mick Guinness was there.
Yeah, Mickey's a hooker. That's crazy.
He's probably the person that I remember rocking up the training because he sort of took me aside. He's one of the players that I look up to because
he's an awesome
he's someone
dude.
That like when a young kid's coming through, he'll take them under his wing and he'll like make them feel welcome and everything.
Stuff.
So and he's always given 100% at training, like always bloody bash, and for his size, he puts his body on the line.
He's one of the best blokes ever. Like he gets this rap of being like niggler, but off the field he's like full, like heaps of integrity,
absolutely
honest, great.
And
awesome.
he's someone that you want on your team.
Oh, 100%.
He's always willing to give his 100% to for everyone. But I remember like rocking up to the training session, and then him sort of like running me through the plays, like telling me this, like telling me that, sort of, because I just rocked up there and Wayne just told me to join in. So like to have him sort of pull me aside and tell me the plays and stuff, like just shows what leadership he has and what values he has and brings to a team.
Yeah, definitely.
And, I mean, it's no coincidence the way the Sharks are going, like with him, being such a great leader as well.
Mate,
at
so
the
good.
club.
And he's playing career best footy as well.
Oh, absolutely.
So you got to thing. He runs you through the plays. At what point does Wayne go, "You're playing this weekend"?
Oh, I think it was. I think it wasn't only until after the session, because I think Wayne's a bit like that.
Please see how you handle it and like.
Yeah. I mean, like after we finished training, he sort of said to me like, Hoffy will be making his debut, so that I guess like coming into to the training session, I was already nervous, like training with the boys and trying to like figure out the players and whatnot. But I guess what he really wanted was just for me to play my own game and do what I do best. But I think to have that on his shoulders as well as your first like training session to be like announce your debut before this training session, I think he sort of like played that.
Yeah, he knew that you might be a bit rattled if that.
Yeah. So it was only until after the session he announced it. So. Which sort of, which was good, and he kept it out of the media as well, which
he's
was
really good at that, eh?
So like no one knew, like the media didn't know that I was debuting.
Yeah.
Like I sort of kept it quiet. I didn't even tell my parents that I was debuting. Yeah, it was only until like the day before I said to mum and dad, I said, I'm going to be debuting.
What was that phone call like?
Oh, it was amazing.
Was it emotional or?
Mum was emotional, dad was emotional, and the best part about it was they flew my parents down and they flew my granddad down as well. So they got to be there and witness my debut. We didn't get the win, which is unfortunate, but...
it was against the Dragons. We only lost by a bit, though.
They played against...
Wendell.
Big Dell, yeah.
Yeah, he broke his... David Stade broke his jaw. He was spraying me on the field.
Yeah, that's
right. You're not on a soccer field now. You're not going to score shit against
and
me.
then he gets carried off with a broken jaw.
Yeah, and I was like,
whoa.
But I was like 20 metres away, and I was like, fucking get off the field.
Yeah, that was...
But I was like, please don't run at me. You'll run straight over me.
He was so massive.
Bro,
he had a big trunk.
When he ran out, I was like, physically, I will not be able to tackle this guy. He was so big.
He was still he was carving it up even then. Even was it 2010 when the Dragons won the premiership? He was playing there, and him and Sal were just killing it.
He's probably one of the best wingers to play the game.
Oh, absolutely.
Wendell,
best banter, best winger.
Yeah,
best looking.
No.
No.
No, yeah, he's a... I wish he... Imagine if he was playing and social media was around, how big his following would be.
Oh, no.
Because he's such a good character.
Like, even now, like, he's not playing footy. I mean,
and he's still a character.
Always doing stuff. Like, he stays involved with the Drags, and I think, and he's doing,
he does.
like, stuff around the community as well. And, like, he's just got a big name for himself down there, and everybody loves him because he's just got such a happy smile. And
just like one of those dudes. Just like, you just got to love him. He's just charismatic.
He's someone you want to be around. Like, you've got to be around him. And I remember one time we had had lunch with him, Alf. There was me. I think Gags was there as well. A few of us boys went there, and Alfie. We were at Brecky Creek just having lunch and that. And Wendell was running late, so like we were sitting there just waiting for Wendell, like just having a beer, just chilling. And then Alf got a phone call from Wendell, and Wendell's like, "Oh, I'm just outside. Make sure the boys are looking at the door when I walk in." Like, sort of always got to make it about himself. So when he walks in and he's got his shit fucking Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh, yeah, little dad hat or
like
whatever.
A little golf hat on there, and he's strutting in there like with a pumpkin patch, like his tight shirt, like it's so tight, his chest is showing and everything.
He's
just
massive
in there and everything. Just how he is. Like, he's got to be the center of attention.
Yeah,
like, everybody's
so
going to be
good.
watching him, and
I love it.
It's just a crack up. Like, he's just one of those makes you want to be around.
Yeah, 100%. He's he's just so charismatic. It's just natural. It comes naturally. It's not forced or anything like that. So then 2008, you made your debut. 2009 was it either 2009 or 11 where you had a really, really good year on the wing?
2009 I had a shoulder reconstruction, so I only played about 4 games.
Yeah.
And I played most of the year at Redcliffe, and then
was it
2010 I played at fullback, and that was my first full year.
Of first grade.
Of first grade, yeah. So 2010 I played fullback, and then 11 was sort of like I started off good and then got an injury, which sort of put me out of the game towards the back end when we had the finals and that. So I played Lockie's last home game against Manly, done my knee, and then I missed out on the finals. So, but 2010 was probably one of my best years, like consistently, without any injuries.
Because you scored like what 15, 16 tries that year on the wing.
I think it was,
and they're like some gun tries.
Yeah,
some really good tries.
Many, but like being so young, you could just sort of do those things.
Yeah.
As you get a bit older, your body starts to wear out a little bit. And you just notice you can't really do things.
Yeah, you don't recover as quickly.
Yeah,
it's explosive. And I'm still pretty explosive, I reckon.
Oh, I've probably no doubt. I still remember that try was at 2010, that round 1, when you scored that try.
Cowboys.
Yeah.
Remember when I did that, and then Gerald scored a mad try. He did the NRL sign.
The NRL sign, yeah. I was like, I was a bit confused, but then he sort of said, because he had Yowie tattoo on there, and I was like,
oh really?
Okay. Yeah.
Fuck, he killed it. Was it that year that he killed it? He was so fucking good. Or 2011 maybe.
2011
he just went.
Was that when he played Origin?
I think so.
2012. I can't even remember.
But yeah, yourself. So 2010, was that when you chose to just play for the Kiwis?
Yeah, that was when I pledged my allegiance for the Kiwis, and then I think 2011 was the Four Nations that were coming up, and selections were coming up for the Kiwis, and that's when I did my knee, I did my PCL, and that sort of I got ruled out of selection, so I missed out on that. But then 2012 I got to debut at Eden Park against the Aussies.
Yep. What was that like when you got that phone call?
Yeah, that was pretty amazing. Yeah, I got a phone call from Steve, and I guess sort of a bit like when I got the phone call to make my debut, just like a whole heap of emotion sort of started, bottling up, and then I think the more I started to think about it, the more excited I got. But then, like when I rung Dad up, that's when the emotion started coming again, because I knew how proud he was when I was.
Was he a Kiwi side, or was your mother?
Yeah, he was a Kiwi side in that as well. So because Mum passed in 2009, and that's when I sort of went through that rough patch. Like, had a shoulder recon. So after my shoulder recon, like I sort of was like, like sort of wanted to give it up a bit, like wanted to give footy up, and then Mum passed away.
Because you'd only debuted and made a few games the year before,
in 2008,
and then Mum passed. Always, it's going to be the roughest thing ever.
Yeah, and then Mum passed, and then I was just like, sort of like I wasn't too sure what I wanted to do. Sort of felt like giving it up, hanging the boots up, and then heading back to Mackay, like missing the family, and then. Like
how close do you reckon we just like was it your father that was kind of like, no, just hang in there.
Yeah, he was probably been like, I guess, the one that pushed me the most to stick with it.
Yeah,
obviously with the shoulder recon, like I just sort of wanted to give up, and then he's just like, don't worry, just push through it.
Yeah.
Don't worry about me. I'm going to be fine. I got everyone here, all the family here, and that. And
how long were you allowed to go back to Mackay and just be with your family?
Well, the Bronx were really good. Like they gave me as much time as I wanted off.
Yeah.
And I remember Ivan and Hook, Anthony, they came to the funeral, and they were there as well. So I got a bit of time off. Alex and Lexi and Jarrell come up for the funeral as well, which was good. Like sort of good for me. I needed someone there to be with me as well. But that was probably the toughest. Like that was probably the toughest time in my life, going through that year, that period, sort of coming in and out of footy, like my shoulder, and then. Playing a few first grade games, and then going back to Redcliffe, and and then with Mum passing, like after that, like at the end of the year, sort of that's when I decided like I wanted to give footy up, and then Dad, he's just like, mate, I'm going to be fine, push through it, you'll be all right. Like I'm still going to be able to come down and see you, make sure that you're all right and everything. So. He was probably the one that helped me out the most through that period, that time. So
you had made the decision, like, I just, at the moment, like, I'm hurting, I just need to get out of here kind of thing. And he was like just stay,
absolutely.
Just stay.
I think, because, you're not sort of thinking straight, and nobody can think straight. When something happens like that, like you lose a loved one, you want to do the best by, your family. You want to be there for your family and support them. And that's what I wanted to do. Wanted to be there for Dad, because I knew that like it'd be tough for him, and then he'd be hurting, but he was actually he was pretty strong. He helped helped us kids out the most. So it was good for me that I had that, had him to ring up, when I was feeling sad or feeling down or whatever. He would always be there to pick me back up again. And we always talked, like we always exchanged calls every time we felt like we needed to talk or we were sad. So yeah, that was a good thing about it. So
2010, when you did have that really, really good year, was that kind of like the fire? Like once you got through the pain, obviously the pain never goes, but once you got through that initial, did that fire reignite for you? And you're like, all right, I want to do something. I want to make everyone proud. I want to make my family proud. Is that the kind of part of the motivation that next year that made you play so well?
Yeah. I think that's something that that did drive me. Like that sort of brought the hunger back again. Like I wanted to do everybody proud. And like I met my wife Emma. Like I was seeing her, like sort of it was like sort of halfway through the season of 2009. And then Mum passed away, and then like she was working at the Brisbane hospital, the women's hospital, when Mum was in the hospital at the time. So I would see Mum, and then I would go down and see Emma.
Oh, so she would have been really important and there for you.
She also was there, sort of supporting me as well, and it was always good to go and see her and have someone to lean on. And then we sort of made it official. Like we started dating at the end of the year, and then 2010, like I announced our engagement. Like we sort of got engaged, and then that it's just everything just sort of fell into place. Like the engagement, being picked back into first grade, playing my full year, and then everything just sort of unfolded after that. And I felt comfortable, and then. And then I was lucky enough to get a few awards at the end of the year.
Yeah, I was going to say, did you get Player of the Year or Back of the Year?
I think it was
Player's Player?
Most Improvement, Back of the Year, and Paul Morgan.
Wow.
And so I
couple of them.
Got a few awards in that. And Emma came with me as well. Like it was it was a great night that night. And like there was some great people as well that were involved at the club at the time, and they helped as well through my career.
Yep. Man, you were on fire that year. Fuck, you were playing such good footy. You were making like 200 metres a game.
Yeah, I think I was 89 kilos as well. So I've put a bit of beef on after that.
On the booty?
Honeymoon. The honeymoon got me. The honeymoon. Oh man! I swear to God, I left it like after the wedding. I was 93 kilos, and then we went over to Hawaii.
Yeah.
And then boom! I put the kgs on heavy. I was like 98 kilos when I got back. Gilly just looked at me and was like, "What happened to you?"
It all went to your booty, eh?
What the fuck did you eat?
Would you be a stripper if you were a chick because you can twerk?
If I was a chick, I would probably be like a what do you call them when you go to nightclubs and they're dancing up in the
yeah, I know what you mean. Those chicks that dance around the poles and shit.
Yeah, I'd be like up in the cage doing that, like shaking my stuff and like
staring at
dudes. Yeah, doing that stuff, like grinding the poles and that. I wouldn't be a stripper, that's for
sure. So, like, now for yourself, you've played. How many tests have you played now for New Zealand?
I think 5.
And did you play on the Indigenous side as well?
Yeah, I played. That was my first year. It was last year. Yeah.
Was that because Mackay is a strong Indigenous population there?
Yeah.
So it would have been pretty special for you because that would like when you left Mackay to come to Redcliffe, that would have been a pretty big culture shock for you as well, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, being in Mackay, like I was always involved with my Indigenous side, NAIDOC marches, everything, doing cultural dances and stuff like that. So growing up, like that wasn't far away. Like I had my elders, my uncles, and everyone, island dancing and everything. And then moving to Redcliffe, it's sort of like it's like sort of rubbed off. Like it's sort of I sort of lost that.
You just got used to whatever you're at, kind of thing.
Yeah. I lost sort of that cultural background. Sort of wanted to reconnect and get in touch with that side again. So when I got picked in the Indigenous All Stars team, it was something that I needed. It was like a just something that I like sort of desired.
Yeah.
You know, getting in touch with my Torres Strait side and just being back to the way I was like back in Mackay. Just
and getting in touch with that kind of, I guess that if there is, the soul side of your kind of, I guess, growing up with that culture, it's like it's deep inside, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. So it's just like something that hasn't left you, but it's something that you can quickly forget.
Yep.
So, but when you sort of when you remembered, like when you remember it, you just it's always there.
It's kind of like it's a hole that you didn't know was missing until you kind of go back and go, fuck, I kind of miss this. I miss this feeling. The Indigenous culture, man. Like I've been reading a book called Sapiens, and it's just about it's a brief history of human like kind. Indigenous culture, bro. We should literally be a national treasure. It should be a national treasure.
You love your books, eh?
Bro, I like to read, bro.
I know, you fucking love to read this, bloke.
No, but it's just like, I reckon, honestly, it should be a national treasure. The fact that you guys have survived for like, 40,000 years now, even maybe longer.
Yeah.
The oldest humans on Earth.
We know how to survive, mate. We know where the food is, where bush tucker is.
If it goes to the apocalypse, we'll be going to you guys going, please help us.
We know some grub there, bro.
We know that we've treated you extremely unfairly for so many years, but please help us.
Now you want to
fucking help, you fucking dogs.
You're Italian, aren't you?
Spanish.
Oh.
No, I'm not. I'm Aussie, bro. You know I'm Aussie, bro.
You look, honestly.
Bro, I know I got a massive nose and I look like a wok.
I wasn't going to say it, but you pointed it out.
Well, it was the elephant in the room.
I wasn't going to point it out.
It turned into an elephant.
You didn't have to point it out.
Fuck, it pisses me off so much.
Get
I'd be an alright sort, I reckon, if I didn't have a big nose. Just fucks me.
If you just do that.
Nah, I just got a nose job and made it smaller and just a bit better shape.
I reckon if you were a rapper, you would pull it off.
Because of bandana?
Yeah, well, no, but like when you rap, you cover your nose. And the chicks don't see your nose. They're like, shit, he's a good rapper. He's mad. And then, boom, your nose.
2 out of 10.
Yeah.
8.
What's that one of? Hall pass, and he does the old, hangs around with the ugly, surrounds himself.
So, you're at the Titans now, you're really enjoying it. How many more years you got in your contract?
I've got this year and then next year, so I'm off contract after next year. So this year and next year are pretty much crucial for me.
Yeah.
Like I want to, I'm pretty much playing for, an extension, and I'd love to stay here in Queensland. I've got a young family, a wife, and a house as well.
You got 2 kids now?
Yeah, 2 kids now, and a house up in Brisbane. So like I just love it here in Queensland. It's sort of
So good, eh?
become home now, and
Yep.
the missus loves it. We're not far from her family, so
Yeah.
I mean, if we have to move, then so be it. I guess it'll be another fresh start for me,
Yep.
and it's not like I've never haven't done
Yep.
it before. So whatever comes and whatever doors open up,
Yeah. Take them.
bum cheeks open up.
Oh,
You're
bro.
so weird.
Oh, are you serious? You're way weirder. Bro, we could talk for ages, but fuck. 2 more questions. Favorite rapper of all time?
Favorite rapper of all time, Eazy-E.
Eazy-E. Can you
Yeah.
rap us a bit of Eazy-E?
No, I can't, man.
You
I'm
can.
not gonna rap.
Come on, bro.
Oh, not rapping. We want me to rap.
Bro, rap. Oh, that was shit.
Yeah, I'll go.
How is he your favourite? You don't even know any of his lyrics.
Yeah, I know. I just like his voice. I just like his voice. He's
All
my
right.
favourite. He's just
And-
a little thug.
Little gangster.
Yeah,
They reckon he
little
was actually not that much of a thug, like, really, in real life.
Yeah, for
Like a
someone
little
who
bit.
died from AIDS.
Yeah, that was weird. They reckon it like conspiracy. Suge Knight
Might
gave
have
it to
been
him.
shell. It was a gun shell, wasn't it?
Oh,
Like
well,
he put blood or something on a gun, like a gun shell, and then shot him.
oh yeah. Favorite movie of all time?
Favorite movie of all time. Like I like sad movies, like no, fucking hell.
Bro, you're a weirdo.
I like heartfelt, like good movies, like
That's sad.
Good
You
ways,
just said
right?
sad. Good ways.
ways.
Sad ways, but good ways.
good ways, but like heartfelt movies, like fucking, like what? One of my favorites would have to be, The Help. I like that one there.
Oh yeah,
The
yeah.
Help, you know those.
I got another idea, and like, so you know how like, and this is from a
Your
white
mind
fella.
must
This is
be- Your
stupid.
mind must be just filled with all these ideas.
Oh,
It's
bro, I
like-
just got no money to do them. This is fucking problem. No, but like, so you know, in America, how they have these really cool movies like 12 Years Slave and The Help, and they're like these high production values, but they're also really good at explaining to the population the things that the African Americans and the black people went through in America. So like they're entertaining, but they're also really informative. So people can be like, "Fuck, that's what actually happened to that culture."
Yeah.
And it's really like it's really a new age way of you know, reminding people of the past
Yeah.
and what has happened. I'd love to have a high budget one with the Indigenous situation,
Yeah.
like 12 Years a Slave, like obviously not exactly the same. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
high budget one in Australia. I'd love to like kickstart or something like that,
Yeah,
or
absolutely. Because I
just
mean,
be entertaining.
like back
Yeah.
in the day, like when like the way that the Indigenous people, Aborigines, like when they were in the mission and stuff, the way they were treated, like
Yeah,
people need to remember and recognise like how
100%.
how they were treated, like and mistreated.
And it was only like what? So two generations ago, if that.
Yeah.
One generation ago. There's still people that live from it. So like, it's people's parents.
Yeah.
So that's a direct, you know what I mean? Like a direct effect.
line, yeah.
Like it's a direct effect. It's
Yeah.
not like it's fucking 1,000 years. So I honestly reckon that if you could have enough money to get together and build like a really quality movie and start building movies like that, people would be entertained.
Yeah.
But they could also really see this is what it was like. Like this is what
Yeah.
because like
That's
some
it.
people don't want to watch
The
docos.
like generations change. Like
Yeah.
the young people have changed. Like today, I remember when I was young, like I was brought up, you know, knowing about my culture and
Yeah.
like how, and also about like Indigenous culture, about how back in the day how they were treated, and even my like my nan when she moved over from Torres Strait Islands, like.
Yep.
They were run by like the pearl divers that moved over there, like the Asians that moved over there for pearl diving and that. So like over in Torres Strait Islands, it was like massive, and then it turned out to be like this big tourist. And
they lost all of their resources and stuff. Yeah.
So, and it's something that's another thing that like people need to be aware of as well.
Yep.
Like you're taking
100%.
away this people's land, and like back in the days where people used to hunt and this is where they catch their food and stuff like that.
It's hard because like so a lot of young kids don't watch documentaries, but if you had an entertaining movie to do it, do you know what I mean? You could send that message to them and be like, "Fuck, like okay, I enjoyed that movie, but also I'm actually learning something from it." But
because sometimes it can be like David Attenborough's voices. So
and you're just like, oh no, this is a bit not interesting, and it's going for too long. Whereas if it's an interesting movie like 12 Years a Slave or like The Help. you can be like, that was enjoyable, but also there's an issue here that we need to kind of talk about.
Yeah.
All right, brother, thank you so much for coming on, man. We could talk for ages, but been here for an hour.
Cheers, thanks, Kevin. Thanks for having me, Bus.
For early access to all episodes and the best punting experience in Australia with some of the best deals you can find, inbox me for details.